Procrastination is a silent killer of success. It steals your time, your potential, and your dreams, one delayed action at a time. You know the feeling. You have important tasks to complete, goals you want to achieve, and a vision for the future, yet you find yourself trapped in a cycle of hesitation, excuses, and last-minute scrambling. The truth is, procrastination isn't just about being lazy. It's a deep-rooted habit, often fueled by fear, perfectionism, and a lack of clarity. But what if you could break free from it once and for all? The ancient Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, knew a thing or two about overcoming resistance and taking action. They lived in times of war, hardship, and political turmoil, yet their teachings on discipline, self-mastery, and resilience have stood the test of time. Why? Because they understood one fundamental truth. Action is everything. Success, fulfillment, and personal growth don't come from thinking about what you should do, they come from doing what needs to be done. No more overthinking, no more waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. In this video, we're going to explore 6 powerful Stoic lessons that will help you eliminate procrastination and take full control of your time, energy, and focus. You'll learn how to train your mind to embrace action, develop unshakable discipline, and stop allowing distractions and excuses to dictate your life. Whether you're struggling to meet deadlines, put off important tasks, or just feel stuck in a loop of inactivity, these timeless Stoic principles will give you the clarity and motivation you need to move forward. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. How serious are you about change? Because knowledge alone won't save you. Watching this video won't magically eliminate procrastination from your life. Only you can do that by taking action on what you learned today. So, if you're ready to reclaim your focus, maximize your productivity, and finally start making real progress, hit the like button, subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset, and turn on notifications. This isn't just another video, it's a turning point. And it all starts now. 1. Focus on the present moment. Procrastination thrives in the mind's obsession with the future. You think about the overwhelming workload ahead, the possible difficulties, or even the fear of failure. Instead of acting, you freeze, lost in thoughts about what might happen rather than what can be done right now. But here's the truth. The only moment you ever truly own is this one. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, understood this well. He wrote in Meditations, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same reason which you use today." This means that the power to act, to make progress, and to change your life isn't something that exists in the distant future. It's something that exists right now, in this very second. The future is nothing more than a collection of present moments. What you do with this moment shapes what comes next. Think about how often you delay something simply because you imagine it as a massive, exhausting task. But when you finally start, you realize it wasn't as hard as you thought. That's because your mind makes things seem bigger than they really are. The Stoics teach us to silence this mental resistance by focusing on the smallest possible action you can take right now. Instead of thinking, "I have to finish this entire project," think, "I'll work on it for just 5 minutes." Once you start, momentum builds. And momentum destroys procrastination. Another powerful way to stay in the present is to break tasks into micro steps. If you need to write an essay, don't think about the final draft. Focus only on writing the first sentence. If you need to work out, don't think about an entire hour of exercise. Just commit to doing 1 push-up. When you bring your mind into the now, You eliminate the excuses that come from overthinking the future. Every moment you delay, you reinforce the habit of avoidance. But every moment you take action, no matter how small, you strengthen the habit of discipline. The choice is yours. What will you do with this moment? 2. Set clear and actionable goals. Procrastination often thrives in uncertainty. When your goals are vague, your mind has no clear direction, making it easy to delay taking action. You tell yourself, I need to get healthier, but what does that actually mean? Without a precise plan, your brain sees it as an overwhelming, undefined challenge, so you push it aside. This is why so many people struggle with progress. They aren't lazy, they're just lost in ambiguity. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, warned against this kind of aimlessness. He said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. In other words, no matter how much effort you put in, if you lack a clear destination, you'll keep drifting aimlessly. Success doesn't come from vague intentions, it comes from specific and actionable goals. So how do you apply this? Instead of saying, I need to get in shape, say, I will exercise for 30 minutes at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Instead of saying, I want to start a business, say, I will dedicate 1 hour every evening to researching my business idea. Clarity eliminates confusion. And when confusion is gone, procrastination loses its grip. But it doesn't stop there. Once you set clear goals, you need to structure them in a way that makes action inevitable. A powerful Stoic approach is to create implementation intentions. This means attaching your goal to a specific time and place. For example, instead of vaguely deciding to read more, say, I will read 10 pages every night before bed. By linking your goal to a predictable moment in your routine, you remove decision fatigue and make action automatic. The final step is commitment. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through repeated actions, not occasional bursts of motivation. Once your goal is set, don't negotiate with yourself. Treat it as a duty, not a choice. Imagine a Roman soldier questioning whether he felt like preparing for battle. That mindset would lead to disaster. Approach your goals the same way, with a sense of duty and non-negotiable commitment. If you master the art of setting clear and actionable goals, you eliminate the space where procrastination thrives. The question isn't whether you want success, it's whether you're willing to define it clearly and pursue it with disciplined action. 3. Develop discipline by mastering small actions. Most people think procrastination is a motivation problem. They wait for the perfect mood, the right level of inspiration, or a sudden surge of energy before taking action. But the Stoics knew better. They understood that action must come before motivation, not the other way around. If you wait until you feel like doing something, you'll remain stuck in a cycle of delay and regret. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher, once said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This is a powerful reminder that discipline isn't about grand gestures, it's about mastering the small, everyday actions that shape who you become. You don't suddenly wake up as a disciplined person. You train yourself into one through consistent, repeated action. Think about a blacksmith forging a sword. He doesn't strike the metal once and expect it to be perfect. He hammers it over and over, shaping it through repetition. Your habits work the same way. If you train yourself to take small, consistent actions, even when you don't feel like it, you begin reshaping your mindset. Eventually, discipline becomes your default state. One of the best ways to build discipline is to lower the resistance to starting. If you struggle with procrastination, don't focus on completing the entire task, just commit to the first step. Need to study? Open the book. Need to exercise? Put on your workout clothes. Need to write? Type one sentence. By making the first action too small to fail, you override the resistance and trick your brain into starting. And once you start, momentum takes over. Another Stoic principle that helps with discipline is voluntary hardship. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor despite having a comfortable bed. Marcus Aurelius forced himself to rise early, no matter how tired he felt. Why? Because they knew that true discipline is built before the moment of struggle, not during it. If you expose yourself to small difficulties daily, you become mentally stronger. You train yourself to take action even when it's uncomfortable. In the end, discipline isn't about doing massive things once in a while, it's about doing small things every single day without excuse. Your future is being shaped by the actions you take right now. So the question is, will you act? Or will you wait for a feeling that may never come? 4. Control what you can and let go of the rest. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is because they feel overwhelmed. They look at a task and see everything that could go wrong. They worry about failing, about what others will think, about whether their efforts will even matter. This constant mental noise makes it easy to shut down and do nothing. But the Stoics had a simple, powerful solution to this. Focus only on what you can control, and let go of everything else. Epictetus famously said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle." Some things are within your control, and some things are not. This distinction is the foundation of Stoic wisdom. It teaches us that wasting energy on things outside of our control, like the opinions of others, unexpected obstacles, or even the final outcome of our efforts, is pointless. The only thing we truly own is our effort, our choices, and our actions in the present moment. Think about a writer struggling to finish a book. If they focus on whether people will like it, whether it will sell, or whether it will be perfect, they'll be paralyzed by fear. But if they focus only on the part they can control, writing a single page today, they will make real progress. The same applies to any challenge in life. Instead of obsessing over the results, focus on the process. A powerful exercise to internalize this Stoic mindset is to ask yourself a simple question whenever you feel stuck. Is this within my control? If the answer is yes, act. If the answer is no, release it from your mind. For example, you can control your effort, but not the outcome. You can control your attitude, but not how others react. You can control what you do today, but not what happened yesterday. This shift in thinking removes unnecessary stress and makes action easier. Another way to apply this principle is to break your tasks into what you can do right now. If you're worried about a big presentation, don't focus on how the audience will react. That's not in your control. Instead, focus on preparing well, practicing, and delivering your best effort. If you're procrastinating on a fitness goal, don't think about the end result. Just focus on showing up and putting in the work today. When you embrace this way of thinking, you free yourself from the burden of perfectionism and fear. You stop waiting for everything to be certain, and you start acting. And action is the only true cure for procrastination. So the next time you feel stuck, remember: control what you can, let go of what you can't, and move forward with confidence. 5. Use negative visualization to overcome obstacles. Most people procrastinate because they underestimate the cost of inaction. They assume they have more time, that the consequences won't be severe, or that they can always start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, until eventually, opportunities are lost. The Stoics had a powerful technique to combat this kind of delay. Negative visualization. Negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, is the practice of imagining worst-case scenarios before they happen. At first, this may seem pessimistic. Why dwell on negative possibilities? But in reality, it's one of the most effective ways to prepare yourself and eliminate excuses. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By mentally rehearsing difficulties in advance, you build resilience and remove fear. Here's how this works in stopping procrastination. Instead of only thinking about how great it will be to achieve your goal, take a moment to reflect on the consequences of not taking action. If you delay working on your dream career, where will you be in 5 years? If you put off taking care of your health, what will happen to your body? If you keep avoiding responsibilities, what kind of life will you have? For example, imagine a student who procrastinates on studying. Instead of just thinking, "I should study," they visualize the real consequences of failing, retaking the class, wasting time and money, and dealing with stress and regret. This mental image can be a powerful wake-up call. The key is not to dwell on fear but to use it as fuel for action. But negative visualization isn't just about fear, it's also about preparation. A Stoic warrior doesn't just hope for victory, he prepares for battle by anticipating what could go wrong. If you're delaying an important task because it feels overwhelming, ask yourself, what obstacles might I face? Maybe distractions, self-doubt, or lack of motivation. Now, prepare for them in advance. If distractions are an issue, remove them now. If motivation is low, set up an accountability system. If you expect self-doubt, remind yourself that action creates confidence. By visualizing both the consequences of inaction and the challenges ahead, you make your mind an ally instead of an enemy. You stop treating problems as surprises and start seeing them as obstacles you've already prepared for. And when you are prepared, procrastination has nowhere to hide. So don't just think about success, imagine what happens if you don't act. Let that be the push that gets you moving today, not tomorrow. 6. The power of consistent, daily action for long-term success. Procrastination thrives on inconsistency. Most people take action only when they feel inspired, but inspiration is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather, and if you depend on it, you'll never achieve lasting success. The Stoics understood that true progress isn't about bursts of effort, it's about showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is the essence of overcoming procrastination. Instead of thinking, debating, or waiting for the perfect moment, just take action. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, because action creates momentum, and momentum leads to mastery. Think about a sculptor working on a block of marble. If they only carve when they feel inspired, they will never finish. But if they chisel away a little each day, they will eventually create a masterpiece. The same applies to every goal in life. Whether it's learning a skill, building a career, or improving your health, the results don't come from one massive effort. They come from small, consistent actions repeated over time. One way to make this easier is to create non-negotiable daily habits. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus believed in developing discipline through routine. He taught that success isn't about what you want to do, it's about what you make a habit. Instead of saying, "I'll work on my goals when I have time," set a fixed schedule. Write for 30 minutes each day, exercise for 20 minutes, or spend 10 minutes learning a new skill. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be consistent. Another powerful mindset shift is to focus on process over results. Procrastinators often get stuck because they worry too much about outcomes. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? But the Stoics knew that results are not entirely in our control, only effort is. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This means that success isn't about a single lucky break. It's about preparing every day so that when opportunities come, you are ready. A practical exercise to beat procrastination is the one-day rule. If something is important, don't put it off for more than one day. Missed a workout? Do it the next day. Skipped studying? Get back on track immediately. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes. But if you commit to never missing 2 days in a row, you stay on course. The truth is, there is no secret formula to success. It all comes down to what you do daily. The person who takes small, consistent actions will always surpass the one who waits for the right mood. So the choice is simple. Will you wait, or will you act? The future belongs to those who take action, one step at a time, every single day. Procrastination is a battle that many of us fight daily, but as the Stoics have shown us, the key to winning is not waiting for motivation, it's taking action, building discipline, and controlling what we can. The lessons we've explored today aren't just about getting more done, they're about shaping the kind of person you become. A person who acts with purpose. A person who embraces challenges instead of avoiding them. A person who moves forward, no matter what. Now, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let another day slip away, or will you take the first step toward a better future? The choice is yours. But remember, action is the only cure for procrastination. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll see results. If you found value in this video, support the channel by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and subscribing to Beyond Vision Mindset for more wisdom on self-mastery, discipline, and personal growth. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let's build a mindset that thrives on action, not delay. Thank you for watching, and remember, your future self is counting on you. Make the choice today.